Hey, it's Diane at Essential Packaging. Today we're going to talk about tissue paper flowers. This has to be one of the most popular projects that we get asked about in our store, and also one of our top blog posts. This is an inexpensive way of adding to your decor for parties or events, fundraisers, weddings, showers, office parties, anything like that. It's a really nice way of adding to your colors, bringing different colors into your event, and again, in an inexpensive way. It's also a great way of adding to your gift wrapping. You could use a smaller flower like the one I'm holding and add it to a gift bag or a gift box just to add that special touch. The nice thing about it is you can make them in all different colors. You can use the solid tissues that are available in all different beautiful colors, and you can also add pattern tissue, which again gives it a totally different look and really nicely finishes, again, your decor. I'm just going to set these aside for a second. Another way is if you were doing an event and you wanted to add to a wreath form, you could do a bunch of different flowers, either in the bigger size or make them even smaller. Just add them. This is just a cardboard form that we have used, but you could buy the wreath forms and that as well, and then just simply attach them. And again, you can add it to the colors that you want to work with, so you're not restricted by anything that you're purchasing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the 3 different ones that we kind of work with the most. You can make flowers that would take a full sheet, which would be this here that I've folded up, and it would make a larger flower such as this. These are great if you want to attach 2 or 3 of them together, hang them from a branch or hang them from your ceiling if you've got an event. Be really pretty, especially with like lights and things around your party or your event. So that would be the largest flower, and that would take your full sheet of tissue, as you can see here on the table. Then you could also do a smaller one. This is the half sheet, so it's just half of the sheet of tissue. Again, the sheets of tissue, which I should have mentioned as well, are 20 by 30, so this would be the half of the 20 by 30 tissue sheet. And then you could do a smaller version, and that's the one that I was holding at the beginning of the video, and it is just a quarter sheet, so that is this here. So just a quarter of your 20 by 30 sheet. You really want to work with about 6 to 8 sheets of tissue. If you're working with the smaller ones, 6 is perfect. If you're working with the bigger ones, you may even want to add a little bit more than 8, because the fuller the better. You get the real nice fullness to your flowers as you're working along as well. So I'll just show you how you're going to go about putting together a flower. And I'm going to just work with this, or I'll show you, this one is the finished here. I'll grab some tissue from underneath here. So this again is the quarter sheet, so it's a quarter of the sheet of the tissue, and you're just simply going to accordion fold it, so really easy. And I've used some patterned and the solid color. So all you do is just start at the bottom. You're just going to simply fold up, flip it over, fold again, flip it over, and just go all the way to the end, just like this. When you're done that, this is what you're going to end up with right here. So I folded it all the way along. Then what you're going to do is you're just going to fold that in half, like this, and you're going to take some of this tinsel twine, which is perfect. It's not as thick as, say, a curling ribbon or a ribbon. It works really nicely. And if you leave the ties, then that way after your flower is done, you can attach it to your branch or your box or your gift bag afterwards as well. So then you have to decide if you want to have the petals of your flower shaped, or you want to just leave them with the straight edge. That's entirely up to you. You can also you could cut them on a rounded edge, which I like to do. You could cut them in. You could cut them out. Experiment, because you can play with all kinds of different edges. You're going to get a totally different look. So what I like to do is I like to work with the rounded. So I just simply use my scissors and just cut it, just like this. Flip it off. There we go. Okay, so it's just like that. Then all you're going to do is you're going to work with one side of your fold and the other side. Okay, so you're just going to lay it down on your table and you're simply going to start pulling the tissue towards the center. So just like that. And then you pull your next one. And this is what's creating the fullness as well. And this is why it is so nice to, when you work with a good quality tissue, it's nice and pliable. It's not going to tear. If it does tear, it really doesn't make any difference. It's going to be in the center of your flower. You're never going to notice it, especially as you're working with the bigger flowers and the more fullness. So just like that. So I've done the one side. You just flip it over and you do the other side. And again, it's just pulling into the center of the flower. You can see that if you've got a crew of people working with you, you could put these together really quickly. And what a beautiful way of decorating, like I say, any type of event that you've got coming up. And especially with it being so inexpensive. So just like that. When you've got them all pulled to the center, then it's really just a matter of taking it and just playing with them, pulling them out. And then, like I say, you're just going to attach it either to a gift bag or a box, or hang them, or just put them in the center of a table. Again, a beautiful way of adding color to your room. So for more information on making the tissue paper flowers, go to our website, or our blog on our website, abeautifully-wrapped-life.com, and then and there's step-by-step instructions and photos, so it'll make it a little bit easier for you. Stay tuned for more videos that we'll have coming up. And again, thanks for stopping by.